Exclusive contract novel from Feilu Novel Network. Let you make a mobile phone and build a lithography factory. Feng has become the chairman of Leaf Technology through time travel. The newly released phone has been stabbed in the back by Rice 6. Seeing the company about to go bankrupt and gain access to a black technology system, it has been unstoppable since then. Obtain black technology mobile system. From now on, Leaf phones will be equipped with a truly pure domestic operating system. When the other side of the ocean felt threatened and began to sanction Leaf phones, Longguo built the world's first lithography factory, and from then on, Longguo completely broke the chip blockade. When Ye is already invincible in the field of mobile phones, Feng turned his gaze to new energy vehicles. Musk. Don't come over. Years later, when a ship flying in the sky flew out of the Shudu Basin. The whole world is confused. No, rabbit. We're just bragging about the Skyship, why did you really come up with it? Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Traverse, Black Technology System. You are listening at Novel Full.Audio. Feng, we have filed a lawsuit with the court. If Leaf Technology doesn't pay us the debt within a month, our company will have 100% control over Leaf Technology. Smoke filled the dimly lit office. Feng sat at his desk, smoking one cigarette after another. He rubbed his temples and looked at the court documents and bank collection messages on his desk, feeling a wave of frustration in his heart. Did you make a mistake? I had to face this kind of problem right after crossing over, and I owe a total of 100 million. Worry. Feng crossed over and became the chairman of a technology company, mainly producing mobile phones. I thought I could unleash my ambitions by punching fruits and kicking Huawei, but to my surprise, it turned out to be a pile of rotting and purulent stalls. Even the original owner couldn't withstand the blow and committed suicide. Otherwise, Feng may not be able to cross over either. The reason for all of this is due to the failure of a mobile phone. As a niche mobile phone brand, Leaf Phone has gained a foothold among the major domestic brands due to its simple and refreshing Leaf system, as well as its strategy of high configuration and low price. So much so that the original owners were somewhat inflated and mistakenly estimated the position of Leaf phones in the market. Especially the Leaf 5 that was pushed out this time. All configurations of Leaf 5 are benchmarked against high-end flagship phones, and the processor uses the top-notch Snapdragon 835. And the price has also been compressed to the extreme, with a starting price of 6 plus 64G for only 2,799 yuan. The profit can be said to be extremely low, basically only earning around 100 yuan per phone. As a result, the estimated production quantity is somewhat overestimated. According to common sense, if this price configuration is put on the market, it will be at the level of rocket. At least so far, smartphones equipped with Snapdragon 835 processors have the lowest starting price of 2,999 yuan. For Leaf 5, which is 200 yuan lower, there is at least a place for it, not to mention slaughtering the market. Unfortunately, within less than a day of the new phone launch event, the Rice phone also launched a similar configuration, the Rice 6. And even more terrifying is that the starting price for Rice in the same 6 plus 64 version is 2,499. Even the highest configuration of 128G only requires 2,899. The highest configuration is only 100 yuan more expensive than the lowest configuration of Leaf 5. I'm afraid everyone knows which phone to choose now. It is precisely because of this that Leaf 5 is ignored. A large number of mobile phones are piled up in the warehouse and cannot be sold at all. Even with discounted sales, it simply cannot meet the standard of Rice 6. And even with the pricing of Rice 6, the company will only go bankrupt in the next step. The original owner couldn't withstand such stimulation for a moment and even took sleeping pills to commit suicide. And the bitter fruit of all of this can only be borne by the later Ye Feng. MD, I thought I could become an entrepreneur and talk about making friends, but I didn't expect to end up becoming a sales anchor. Ye Feng couldn't help but curl his lips. He did not forget that in his past life, Luo Yonghao started selling goods to pay off debts due to poor mobile phone management, and appeared in various variety shows. However, even so, being able to repay hundreds of millions of debt still requires help from someone, rather than just selling goods. The most crucial thing seems to be the perception of the company's predicament. Many employees have also switched jobs, and even some executives and important technical positions have switched jobs. Even many media outlets are saying that Ye was hit by rice this time and will soon go bankrupt. This has made people who originally wanted to buy a Leaf phone turn to the embrace of Rice 6. After all, if you go bankrupt shortly after buying, wouldn't the after-sales service be gone? It can be said that purchasing a Leaf phone at this time is no less than joining the Fruit Army in 1949. At that moment, Zhao Luan, one of the key members of the company, pushed the door open and walked in. Looking at Zhao Luan, a hint of warmth flowed through Ye Feng's heart. As the saying goes, showing loyalty in times of crisis. The people who can stay at this time are the true members of Ye Feng's team and those who have feelings for Ye company. It is impossible for these people to leave until the company officially declares bankruptcy. And Zhao Luan is such a person. Boss, what should we do next? The contract factory is already urging us to pay the final payment, and the bank is also urging us. There are also employees who have previously switched jobs, all clamoring to pay their monthly wages. Upon hearing such words, Ye Feng let out a deep sigh. What can he do in the face of this situation? Leaf Technology was originally a small volume company. Previously, everything was fine because the product had been selling well. And this time it was basically a desperate gamble, throwing all the money into it. If you succeed, you will naturally earn a lot of money, and even the fame of Ye has been thoroughly spread. The consequences of failure are certainly quite tragic. Sigh, I'll think of another way to see if I can secure an investment. If it really doesn't work, let's see how much money the company has left. First, settle the employees' salaries. If it's not enough, I still have some money on my own. The rest is to wait quietly for the bank's settlement. As soon as these words were spoken, Ye Feng clearly saw Zhao Luan's expression becoming heavy. But at this point, he really can't do anything about it. Saying that investing is just the last hope, but who would be willing to invest money in Ye at this time? Ye Feng couldn't help but clench his fist, his nails deeply embedded in his palm. At this moment, a mechanized voice rang out in Ye Feng's mind. Ding, system activated, detected that the host is the chairman of a technology company, and the black technology system has been loaded, the beginner gift package has been delivered, please check it by the host system. Ye Feng, who had been struggling all along, suddenly had a smile on his face. As a traveler, he naturally understands the role of the system. Although the specific function of the system is not yet known, Ye Feng knows that Ye technology can be saved. Even in the future, punching fruits and kicking chrysanthemums will no longer be dreams. When Zhao Luan watched Ye Feng suddenly burst into a silly smile, he felt a bit confused. When are you still laughing foolishly? It's over, isn't it that the mental state that was hit has gone wrong? Boss. What's wrong with you? Ye Feng, who had reacted, quickly waved his hand and said. It's okay. If you don't have anything to do, then go ahead and I'll start looking for a solution. Zhao Luan gave Lin Yi a strange glance and then slowly walked out of the office. At the moment of closing the office, Zhao Luan clearly heard cheers coming from inside. He furrowed his brow and let out a heavy sigh. It's over, the company is going to collapse, and the boss is going crazy too. Chapter 2. Beginner Gift Pack, Get Mobile System. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2. After a while of exploration, Ye Feng also figured out the function of this system. By selling products that use the technology in the black technology system, one can earn points. Selling one unit earns you some points. After obtaining points, you can redeem them for black technology in the point store. It seems very simple. But to earn points, you definitely have to sell more products. But there are undoubtedly many mobile phone brands now. The competitive pressure can be said to be quite significant. For example, this time, Ye only earns 100 yuan per phone. Who dares to say it's heartless? But unfortunately, I encountered the unreasonable Rice 6. The selling price is completely understandable to Ye Feng. If the leaves were sold at the same price, it would definitely be a loss. Due to their large production scale and large number of fans, large companies have relatively low costs. So with the same configuration, the costs for these large companies will definitely be much lower. The key is that after this major defeat, whether the leaves will survive or not remains a question. Where do we sell our products and earn points from? Ye Feng rubbed his chin and murmured. It seems that earning points is not easy either. Forget it. Forget it. Maybe there's something in the beginner's gift package that can bring life back to life. With a determination to burn his bridges, Li Feng resolutely opened the beginner's gift package. Congratulations to the host for winning the first generation of Black Technology Mobile System and one Technology Lottery ticket. Do you want to accept it? Black Technology Mobile Phone System. Ye Feng suppressed his excitement and chose to accept it. Although I don't know the specific effect of this Black Technology Mobile System. But without a doubt, the mobile phone system that can be labeled as Black Technology is definitely extraordinary. More importantly, this Black Technology Mobile System is likely to become the key to the revival of Leaf 5. As is well known, a good system is absolutely of utmost importance for a mobile phone. Throughout the world, mobile phones have been divided into fruit phones and other phones. Isn't the fundamental reason because of the system? The reason why domestic products have always been criticized is also due to the system. Every mobile phone brand has its own system, but upon further investigation, it can be found that all of them have added their own things based on the Android kernel. Nowadays, Leaf 5 is definitely not as cost-effective as Rice 6. If you want to overtake on a bend, you can only open up another track and find a different way to attract customers. And the Black Technology system that comes out of this lottery happens to be suitable for this. Firstly, the system is software and will not have any impact on Leaf 5 itself. Secondly, a portion of the previously sold Leaf 5 machine owners can also obtain Black Technology systems through push notifications. In this way, it won't happen. The Leaf 5, which has undergone Black Technology upgrades later, is better than the previous one, causing the original owner to feel wronged. After all, these customers can basically be said to be loyal fans of Ye. Especially for those customers who still haven't refunded their orders even after the Rice 6 was released one day later. It can even be considered as absolute loyalty. The next moment, at the moment of receiving the command, a folder suddenly appeared on Ye Feng's computer. Without any hesitation, Ye Feng clicked in and took a look. Well, I really can't understand. I can't understand, but you can give it a try. Ye Feng took out his own Ye 5, connected the data cable to the computer, and flashed the Black Technology system into Ye 5 through flashing. After everything was done, Ye Feng couldn't wait to start trying. At first glance, it seems that there hasn't been much change compared to before. It still continues the simplicity and freshness of the Leaf system that has always been present. But when used, Ye Feng can clearly feel that the current Black Technology system is much simpler and smoother than the previous Ye systems. The most intuitive manifestation is that when installing software on a regular phone, no one can achieve instant installation when more than 1 GB of software is installed. And Leaf 5, which is loaded with a Black Technology system, can do it. After downloading, you can simply install it in seconds. Even large-scale mobile games like Pesticides can achieve instant installation. Hiss, is it so exaggerated? Feng took a deep breath. As the chairman of a technology company, Feng is very clear. The performance tested on the same hardware is absolutely different from the actual performance during use. The most typical one is the A card and AU on the computer. When comparing IU and N cards, AU and A cards with the same performance are definitely much cheaper. However, AMD still cannot compete, and the most crucial reason is the software issue. Leaving aside the glitch AD issue of losing drivers for now, there is also the A.Black of most mainstream games. Although the performance of the A series is similar or even better, it often does not meet expectations in practical use. This problem can also occur on mobile phones. Some mainstream software does not have specialized adaptation, and there will always be some problems when running. The most typical example is pesticide breakage or 460. And this black technology system will not encounter these problems at all. When Feng used it, there was no lag in any software. Even when opening some poorly crafted software that suggests risks, there is no lag at all. It seems that system automation is already the best fit for various software. And this system can also automatically cancel advertisements. Some software always has 2 or 3 seconds of software when opened. After accidentally clicking on it, it will automatically start downloading. When not connected to Wi-Fi, this is definitely the traffic assassin. But in the face of black technology systems, this kind of thing will never happen at all. The system automatically blocks these advertisements. When you click on a certain software, the homepage of the software will appear directly. There won't be any advertisements. More importantly, whether it's iOS software or Android software, black technology systems can run perfectly. It is a common sense issue that iOS and Android are incompatible with each other. But in the face of black technology systems, this problem completely does not exist. Many proprietary, well-crafted, and extremely convenient software on iOS can also run on black technology systems. Even when running, it feels a bit smoother than on iOS. It seems that this system is a combination of all the advantages of Android and iOS. The feeling given to Feng is that this system is the parent of iOS and iOS and Android are children who inherit the different advantages of their parents. Ha ha ha. Feng experienced the rebirth of Leaf 5 while laughing heartily. At this moment, he was as excited as a child. Leaf 5 seems to be the most fun toy in the world. He knew that the difficulties of Leaf technology could definitely be overcome this time. No. With this black technology system, Leaf technology can even take it to the next level. Without any hesitation, Feng immediately called Zhao Luan. Hello, Lao Zhao. All the middle and senior level employees in the organization will have a meeting in the conference room in half an hour. Chapter 3 Shocking High-Ups, Domestic Products Can Appear Like This. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In the conference room. At this point, all the middle and senior level employees have arrived. If it had been in the past, meetings with all executives would have been sufficient. If we add middle-level employees, I'm afraid everyone will stand up and there won't be enough space. However, after facing such a big challenge, many employees of Leaf Technology have switched jobs, including some executives. However, Feng didn't say anything. It's common for people to walk higher and water to flow lower. Nowadays, with the gathering of middle and high-level officials, it is just enough to fill all the conference rooms. At this moment, everyone's faces are filled with a look of sorrow. Everyone believes that in this meeting, the chairman may announce the complete bankruptcy of Leaf Technology and then arrange some follow-up matters. Looking back at the time when the company was first founded, with a thriving attitude, everyone without hesitation believed that in the future, he would stand at the pinnacle of domestic mobile phones. Looking back now, the entire conference room exudes a dull and lifeless aura. Attracted many people, their hearts were filled with gloom. Some female colleagues who are sensitive in their hearts now have some tears in their eyes. At this moment, Ye Feng walked in with a large cardboard box in his arms. "Oh my, I've finally taken care of it. I'm exhausted." Ye Feng placed the cardboard box on the conference table and took a breath. "Come on, Lao Zhao, distribute these things one by one." Everyone looked at this large cardboard box in confusion. I don't know what kind of medicine the chairman sells in Huilai. Even Zhao Luan is not very clear. Even though the chairman had just appeared lifeless, I was worried that he might do something foolish. After such a while, the chairman seemed to be beaming with joy, feeling like he had stolen bee droppings. He looked inside the cardboard box and found that it was actually a collection of Leaf 5 phones. Zhao Luan was even more puzzled by this order. What does this mean? This is the company going bankrupt, providing benefits to middle and senior management employees, each person receiving a Leaf 5 phone. Although Zhao Luan didn't quite understand, he still followed suit. "I sent these Leaf 5 phones down." After receiving their phones, the employees were also extremely puzzled. As employees of Leaf Company, they have a clear understanding of their current situation. As the old saying goes, this sincerity is the autumn of crisis. It's not surprising that the company announced bankruptcy directly at this meeting. More importantly, the company's current liabilities. They have a clearer understanding in their hearts. These liabilities will be borne solely by the chairman. If we sell the 200,000 mobile phones in the warehouse at a loss, we can make up for some of the losses. At least it can reduce debt a bit. So, if the chairman intends to treat this phone as a last resort, they will definitely not accept it. Although this money is only a drop in the bucket compared to hundreds of millions of debts. From a conscience standpoint, they cannot accept this welfare. When there was a phone in front of all the employees, Ye Feng smiled and said slowly. "Okay, we all have phones now. Now let's all give this phone a try, it's like doing a review." As soon as this sentence was spoken, everyone became even more puzzled. Isn't this phone Leaf 5 when viewed horizontally and vertically? Before the release of the new machine, it was unknown how many reviews had already been conducted within the company. After its release, some digital bloggers online have also conducted many reviews. It can be said that everyone is clear about the color of the leggings of Leaf 5. It's all like this, what else is there to evaluate? But after all, it was the chairman's order, so everyone picked up their phones and tried. But just as they unlocked and opened their phones, many people furrowed their brows slightly. This batch of leaves seems a bit different. Seeing the expressions of these people, Ye Feng's face showed a smile. Just now, after experiencing Leaf 5 loaded with a black technology system, Ye Feng immediately flashed several Ye 5 phones into the black technology system. The purpose is to allow these middle and senior level employees to experience the charm of Leaf 5. Let them know that Leaf 5 equipped with a black technology system will not fail. Leaf technology will not fail. 20 full minutes. No one spoke in the entire conference room, only occasional screams of surprise. 20 minutes later, Zhao Luan put down his phone, rubbed his temples, and looked at Ye Feng incredulously. "Chairman. Is this really our Leaf 5? I feel like something's not right." Other employees also looked at Ye Feng one after another, feeling equally incredulous in their hearts. Is this phone really the Leaf 5 developed by our company? But everyone knows that this phone is 100% Leaf 5. After all, the appearance and logo on the back cover won't deceive people. The chairman cannot afford to buy individual phones and replace them with the outer shell of Leaf 5 to make them happy. The experience of this phone now is completely different from the previous Leaf 5. In other words, the black technology system is really amazing. Although there is no change in hardware or anything else, everything becomes completely different just because the system has changed. Ye Feng nodded and said, "Of course. This is our Leaf 5 phone. Now that you have all experienced this phone, let's talk about your feelings." Even with the chairman's personal confirmation, everyone still looked at each other with disbelief. Oh my goodness, this Leaf 5 is too slippery. For a moment, I even thought I was operating a fruit phone. Fruit phone. I'm using a fruit phone, but I still feel that this Leaf 5 is extremely silky. This batch of Leaf 5 should have updated the system, right? This system is simply amazing, and its smoothness is no less than iOS. Where did the chairman get it from? Not only that, but the ad blocking function is also too strong. Previously, clicking on any software had ad traffic, but now all these ads have disappeared. Sleeping slot. I just discovered that there is an iOS app store on this phone. After downloading a software inside, it can run perfectly without any lag. After a period of divergent opinions, everyone fell silent and looked at Ye phone with red eyes. As industry insiders, they are well aware that this Leaf 5 has come to life. If Leaf 5 comes alive, then the entire Leaf technology will be fully activated. No. Not only to live. More fire. Leaf 5 is bound to become a nuclear bomb in the mobile phone market. At this moment, they have 10,000 in their stomachs. Why do they want to ask the chairman? What is the situation with this Leaf 5 now? How come this system is so amazing? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. The epoch-making Leaf phone. Shocked by the entire network. You are listening at novel full.audio. For a mobile phone, the most important thing is to find its own positioning. As long as the positioning is accurate and no one can compete, then this phone can succeed. It's like a teleportation phone, although it doesn't have any fame in China. But on Nigel's side, this phone is very popular. The ultimate reason is that this phone can effectively present Nigel in selfies. As a result, it quickly occupied Nigel's mobile phone market. In the area where Nigel is located, the teleportation phone that can take selfies is the god of gods. In the past, the positioning of Leaf phones was cost-effectiveness and a simple and refreshing system. But now, in terms of cost-effectiveness, it has been surpassed by Rice 6. In terms of the system, no matter how simple and refreshing it is also Android. Many of the original problems of Android still cannot be solved. In other words, it's not attractive enough. It is impossible for people to give up the Rice 6, which is priced 300 yuan cheaper with the same configuration, for the sake of this simple and refreshing system. But now it's completely different. Leaf 5 already has its own moat. There is already something that others cannot imitate. That's the black technology system. More impressive than Android and iOS, it is perfectly compatible with both systems. Amidst the excited gazes of the crowd, Ye Feng slowly stood up and said, "That's right. The Leaf 5 you are currently experiencing is a phone equipped with the latest Leaf system. And this system is completely independently developed by our Leaf technology. I have already applied for a patent on this online. Next, this system will be fully integrated on all Leaf 5. This time, I'm just letting you experience and provide feedback." Upon hearing this sentence accurately from Ye Feng's mouth, all employees were instantly excited. They couldn't believe that such a powerful system was independently developed by Ye. Such a powerful system, I'm afraid even the domestic leader Chrysanthemum may not be able to develop it. As for providing opinions and so on. Isn't this a joke? They all want to use this phone on their knees. Where else is qualified to provide feedback? This is a purely domestic operating system. And the smoothness of use is not inferior to iOS, and even slightly stronger. At this moment, they have already thought of the riots in the domestic digital industry when Leaf Technology announced this matter. The operating system and CPU have always been something that China does not want to mention. No matter how much you promote your domestic products, there are always people who say that your key components are foreign. Domestic waste is not allowed. Even chrysanthemum phones face such problems. No matter how bad your phone is, it still doesn't use the Android system. Add some of your own things and give it a cool name. Just like humans wearing clothes, no matter what kind of clothes they wear, they will ultimately remain humans and will not become other species. But now Leaf Technology Company has perfectly solved the operating system problem. Zhao Luan suddenly stood up and gave a sermon with an excited face and dancing hands and feet. Chairman, are we going to hold a press conference for this? This is the first fully independently developed operating system in China. It has epoch-making significance. Yi Feng looked at Zhao Luan, who was so embarrassed, with a faint smile on his face. He knew that Zhao Luan was too excited. After all, the company was still facing the threat of bankruptcy just a moment ago. And in the next moment, the company is about to make a comeback, and it is not impossible to become an international giant like fruit in the future. Yi Feng waved his hand and said, "We must hold a press conference. It will be announced to the entire network that our self-developed Leaf system by Leaf Technology Company has been successful. We will soon fully install all our Leaf phones. During this period, you will resend the Leaf phones equipped with the Leaf system for inspection. Make sure there's nothing wrong." "Yes. Chairman." Everyone spoke in unison. "Okay, let's break up then." After getting up, everyone looked at Leaf 5 on the conference table with reluctance. It's really too slippery. And there haven't been any advertisements yet. Who doesn't love such phones? Yi Feng also said happily upon seeing this. These phones are all given as company benefits to everyone. Thank you all for being able to stay in the company during the bankruptcy crisis. Everyone suddenly walked out of the office with a smile on their face. The previous feeling of depression and desolation has now been swept away, replaced by a full of passion and motivation. The next battle will determine the life or death of Yi. Yi Feng has prepared the best and even the most revolutionary weapons and ammunition. This battle may win but cannot be defeated. A few hours later, when Yi posted on his official blog that he had successfully developed an independent Yi system, the whole network was boiling. What? Yi actually developed a purely domestic system. This is not joking with me, is it? Crouching slot. The leaves are amazing. The conscience of domestic production. In the future, the leaves will be a lifelong fan. Tears in my eyes. A decade-old fan came over uninvited and has always loved Ye's phone. Yi 5 was the first to support it, and I hope Yi can continue to improve. Isn't it, buddy? You're holding back a mushroom bullet, right? You've made this Nima come out. New system. Don't just switch to a new system, it's the same as before. The kernel is still Android. Nowadays, not all domestically produced products have the same beat style, boasting extravagantly in providing a great user experience. I don't think so. I've always had a good sense of leaves. Aren't all domestically produced birds of a feather? Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. Domestic Independent Systems. Impossible. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Meanwhile, within the Rice Technology Company. Chairman, just now Leaf Company announced that it has developed a completely independent operating system. Do we need to respond to this? The chairman of Rice Technology Company is named Rebus. Speaking of which, this is also a legendary figure. It can be regarded as a model of starting from scratch in China. As a coder, Rebus naturally knows how difficult it is to independently develop an operating system. Otherwise, Rice wouldn't have been using Android all the time. The chairman is already a member of CodeRon, or are we all high-end technical experts in CodeRon? Can't we still come up with an operating system? In fact, I really can't figure it out. Strictly speaking, there are currently only 3 mainstream operating systems for smartphones worldwide. A Microsoft TikTok mobile system, currently basically cool. The other ones are Android and iOS. I want to develop a completely new system that is independent of these two. This difficulty is no different from climbing to the sky. The most crucial thing is, even if it is developed, what should the software do? If there is a system, but the software is not compatible, it is useless. One reason for the death of the WeChat mobile system is that, strongly like the WeChat mobile version system developed by Microsoft, they all face such a situation, leading to their ultimate death. Is it difficult for your domestically unknown leaf technology to solve such a situation? Do you really think that without a purely domestic mobile operating system, it's impossible for everyone to develop it? It's just because the investment funds are too large, and after development, it's very likely that they won't be as satisfactory as expected and won't be liked by the market. More importantly, Android is completely open source and completely free. One is a situation where there is a possibility of taking risks and losing everything. One is completely free, and no one would argue about it. I believe that anyone who is a normal person knows how to choose. Thinking of this, Rebus had no expression, just a faint smile. Don't worry, Ye was hit hard by us before, but now it's just hype, wanting people to buy their Ye 5. After a while, when people see their true colors, it's natural for the leaves to say goodbye. As for other mobile phone manufacturers, their attitudes towards this are also similar. Everyone in this industry knows who. Although the system names of each mobile phone brand are different, who is not based on Android for microfabrication. You guys are just a bit more impressive, right? A completely independent and self-developed system. What are you bragging about? Zhao Tian is a digital review blogger. Unlike other bloggers who use advertising fees to blackmail other mobile phone manufacturers, Zhao Tian's focus is on fairness. Good is good, bad is not good. When evaluating a product, one will praise its advantages and also mention its shortcomings. There will never be a situation where the advantages are exaggerated and the disadvantages are fooled. Because of this, Zhao Tian is also somewhat famous. Many netizens like to watch Zhao Tian's review videos. However, because of this, Zhao Tian is also disliked by domestic mobile phone manufacturers. So Zhao Tian's evaluation can basically only be conducted after the phone is completely released and self-purchased. For the current domestic mobile phone manufacturers, Zhao Tian has only one attitude, mourning their misfortune and not arguing with them. In his eyes, the major mobile phone manufacturers in China are all specialized in marketing. Bullying non-professionals who don't understand, in other words, the same thing directly means how much performance has been improved. In terms of performance, I only focus on the heap parameters, without considering whether my system can fully utilize them. The reason why a mobile phone burns has not changed for several generations, and it is even called a fever. And I have never been able to launch my own new technology, I will always use someone else's technology directly. Can this NEMA be called a technology company? Isn't this just a large assembly plant? Take some here and some there, and after assembling them together, they will become their own products. There's really nothing we can do about the hardware, let's not talk about it. But can the software use more dim sum to optimize all aspects better? This can't be done well, can it be called conscience? It's just chives. When Zhao Tian saw the information released by Ye Technology this time, his first reaction was certainly excitement. After calming down, Zhao Tian became suspicious of this news. He is not a complete novice, and he certainly understands the twists and turns in this regard. Sigh, the Leaf phone used to be quite good, and I did a good job in system optimization. Why do we still have this set now? Is it difficult to really think about the last wave of leaks and then go bankrupt? Zhao Tian sighed and muttered to himself. When looking at numerous private messages asking myself what to think about the self-developed system of leaf technology. Zhao Tianshi was unequivocal and immediately recorded a video. Let me put it this way, if leaf technology really creates its own operating system this time, Zhao Tian. Live streaming upside down hair washing. It's impossible at all, do you know about logging? Not to mention how difficult it is to develop operating systems, just software adaptation is enough. How can software application providers help leaf technology with software adaptation? Anyone with a normal brain wouldn't be able to do this. So I'm sure the so-called new system is just a gimmick, nothing more than attracting people to buy phones now. And I have to reveal some insider information that Ye Technology's life is very difficult now, and I don't know when it will completely cool down. The release of the video immediately attracted countless people's recognition. Not only a group of followers, but also the news released by Leaf Technology is too outrageous. The current era is also an era of internet explosion, and no one is a 3-year-old child. Some basic information cannot be easily found by checking. Many digital bloggers seem to have sensed a business opportunity at this moment. So they contacted Leaf Technology one after another, hoping to collect a wave of advertising fees in order to speak up for Leaf on their own. However, for these, Feng only responded with one word. Go. Isn't this a joke? Where else does Leaf Technology have money for advertising now? Of course, for this, these digital bloggers also began to follow Zhao Tian's footsteps and started to criticize Leaf Technology. In the entire digital circle, Leaf Technology has directly fallen into a situation where everyone is shouting and fighting. The good reputation created is instantly destroyed without any residue left. In this regard, 5-star critic MacArthur stated that if we want it to be destroyed, we must make it crazy. It is obvious that Leaf Technology has already gone crazy. P.S. On the first day of the new book, data is very important. Looking for fresh flowers and feedback. Thank you to all Peng Yuyan and Yen Zhu. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. Lithography Factory. A score of 21W. You are listening at novel full.audio. At night. Watching the intense online reviews of Ye Technology, Ye Feng's face showed a faint smile. Although Ye has now become a street mouse, Ye Feng's heart is not at all panicked. He knew very well in his heart that all of this would be completely reversed after the release of the Leaf system. At this moment, there are many people cursing Ye, and then there will be many people praising her. However, there are obviously more important things to do at the moment. Ye Feng turned his gaze to the technology lottery ticket that came out of the beginner's gift package. After this period of exploration, Ye Feng has almost completely understood the usage of the system. It's about earning points and then using them to purchase black technology from the point store. This cycle repeats itself repeatedly. In the point store, Ye Feng even saw things like the Sky Carrier, which are currently only a concept at most. In the store, this thing has a complete set of technology. Of course. This price is also outrageously high, reaching a whopping 100 billion yuan. Selling a product with system production technology can only earn 1 point. That is to say, in order to acquire the technology of an aerospace carrier, one needs to sell products worth 100 million yuan. Ye Feng couldn't help but swallow his saliva. Compared to others, lithography machines seem so cheap. And the technology lottery ticket I obtained, as the name suggests, is the ability to randomly select a technology product from the system store. If it's possible to directly draw the technology of a space carrier, that's not bad. Ye Feng thought happily. Although this may seem impossible, upon reflection, it is always possible without breaking the law. Ye Feng roughly looked at the technology in the point store, and everything inside was a technology that had not yet been implemented in this world. As long as you draw it, you can apply for a patent directly. Heavenly Spirit, Earthly Spirit, Supreme Lord, quickly manifest. Please give me a good thing. Feng used technology to draw lottery tickets and prayed non-stop with his hands clasped together. The technology lottery ticket turns into a burst of light, constantly flashing between various technologies. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the complete set of Lithography Factory technology. When Feng saw the words lithography, he almost didn't jump up directly. Just kidding, there is nothing extraordinary about the technology in the point store that is related to lithography. But this lithography factory really puzzled Feng a bit. A lithography factory. What is this? Is there a lithography machine available? Feng started searching on Shudu as he spoke, but there was no information about the lithography factory. High technology is high technology, definitely not ordinary. Feng knows that the products from the point store are definitely not bad. It's just that I'm not an industry insider and don't understand the ways involved. However, it's simple. It just needs to be taught to those who understand the technology of lithography factories. Feng found the contact information of the Optoelectronic Department of Longguo Academy of Science and Technology online and sent some information about this lithography factory. It's not that Feng doesn't want to study it himself. The required investment is really too large. Relying solely on leaf technology is definitely not enough to sustain. It's better to hand it over directly to the country and cooperate with it for development. Anyway, the final result is the same. After complete success, at the national level, ye cannot control it, but in the private sector, anyone who wants to use it must obediently pay patent fees. More importantly, if other brands of mobile phones actually use chips produced in lithography factories after they are released, won't it also earn points after selling them? A few days later. After all, the detection of Leaf 5 equipped with the Leaf system is completed and the patent for the Leaf system is fully obtained. Only then did the employees of Ye realize how cumbersome the new system proposed by the chairman was. Sleeping slot. This system really has something. Not only is it the most basic, silky and compatible with Android and iOS software, but more importantly, it greatly enhances other aspects of performance. I really don't know how to do it. It's just a system change, but I feel like the entire phone has changed. If it weren't for the hardware remaining unchanged after dismantling, I might even have thought I had reassembled a phone. Now that the phone has been optimized, it used to use 2 charges per day for high-intensity use, but now 1 charge per day is completely enough. However, for daily use, 1 charge every 2 days is enough. There is also an improvement in photography. Although it still has 1200 W pixels, the clarity has improved significantly. It feels like it's a bit better than the blue-green factory's photography. Listening to the employees discussing the benefits of Leaf 5, Feng was quite satisfied. In the electronics industry, there is a classic saying that hardware determines the lower limit and software determines the upper limit. For a good phone, balancing the two is the key. But in today's market, hardware is plentiful, just give money, software is difficult. And when paired with a black technology system. Oh no! Now it should be the Leaf system. The Leaf 5, equipped with the Leaf system, is undoubtedly the king of kings now. The software optimization of other mobile phones is not feasible, and may only be able to achieve hardware performance of around 70 to 80%. However, the Leaf system is different. As a black technology, it can perfectly adapt to various hardware and fully unleash all the performance of the hardware. Even performing at an exceptional level is not impossible. Zhao Luan looked at the various data detected and couldn't help but smile. Mr. Yi, do you know what the score of our Leaf 5 on 222 is after pairing with the new system? Oh. How much? Feng asked curiously. To be honest, he is quite curious. Scoring has always been an important part of testing the performance of mobile phones. After all, he is able to visually display the performance of the phone in digital form. Of course, there are also many people who believe that running a high score is just for fun, and running high may not necessarily lead to a better actual experience. But if the running scores are poor, then the actual performance will definitely be even worse. Previously, the performance score of the Leaves was around 18W, which was not inferior to that of the Rice 6. With the support of the black technology system this time, Feng feels that he still needs a data of 200,000 yuan. Don't worry, it's just an extra 20,000. In the domestic high.N series, this score is generally very hard to bite. The current 18W of Rice 6 can crush one end of Fruit 7, which means that Fruit 7P can press it down. If there really is a 20W running score data, then in the entire ranking, it is a gap like far ahead. Zhao Luan said excitedly. Hehe, now our Leaf 6 has achieved a score of 21W on Rabbit. Hiss, Feng suddenly took a deep breath. After changing the system, the entire Leaf 5 was completely transformed. But I didn't expect it to be so thorough. Surprisingly ran a whopping 21W. 10,000 more than my predicted 200,000. Even on a global scale, Leaf 5 is far ahead in running points. Of course. Feng would not be foolish enough to naively believe that if he runs strong, everything will be strong. But, at least compared to Rice 6, Leaf 5 is definitely capable of critical hits. P.S. The new book by the author has set sail. Readers who like it, please submit data and flower reviews. Your data will be my driving force for coding. Thank you all. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7. Hot live streaming room, stupid everyone. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As the most popular short video and live streaming platform in the whole Dragon country, Douyin is generally chosen for live streaming during press conferences. Leaves will naturally not be excluded. Of course. The main reason is conducting online live streaming can save you some venue fees and allow you to live stream directly within the company. Ye's current finances are really poor, so if you can save, save. At the moment before the press conference began, countless people had already flooded into Ye's live broadcast room. During this period, the independent research and development of domestically produced systems by Ye is really too popular. As long as it's about the digital video of this system, everything has become popular. Of course. Black and red are also red. In this era of traffic, even clowns can make money as long as they have traffic. So, with the help of major mobile phone manufacturers, almost all videos about the Leaf system are criticizing. After criticizing the system, even the phones previously released by Ye need to be taken out and criticized. Only a very small portion of the videos stand from a relatively neutral perspective. It is precisely because of this that many people who do not know or even pay attention to these things have become interested in Ye. After all, the gimmicks of pure domestic mobile phone operating systems are still quite significant. So I opened the live broadcast room, and the Leaf staff who was debugging was confused. Line trough. Why so many people? Although it is still in a black screen state, hundreds of thousands of people have flooded in, and almost all of them are spraying. TSK, you really have the face to hold a press conference. How dare you? I estimate that before the press conference ends, some experts have already analyzed the Ye Zixin system. What's easy to analyze? Just take a look and you'll know. A 100% Android kernel is good. I used to quite like Leaves, but I didn't expect the young dragon slayer to eventually become a vicious dragon. I'm laughing to death. Ye really hit herself in the foot with a stone this time, trying to boost sales. However, during this period, no one has bought a phone at all. On the contrary, many people are selling second-hand phones on Xinyu. Don't be fooled, the second-hand leaves on salted fish come at a different price every day, and they are a bit cheaper than the day before. There is a saying that a student bought a second-hand one and it was quite delicious. Indeed, although there was a trick this time, the previous phone was indeed good. I just bought it and used it normally. What the hell is selling it at a low price? There are too many people following the trend. I feel that this wave of leaves marketing strategy is likely to be seen as a classic case of failure in the future. Normally, not to mention it's just a mobile technology launch event, even if it's a mobile event, it's impossible for hundreds of thousands to flood in while debugging devices. Generally speaking, it is only when some big anchors start broadcasting that they can have so much popularity. And these big anchors also need to occasionally make lucky bags, otherwise they will still be lost. But Ye didn't do anything, just posted a notice in advance, and already there were so many people rushing in. More importantly, Ye is only a niche brand at most. Although it is also a high-end flagship, it can at most be considered a second-tier brand among many large factories. And this is not yet a new aircraft launch event, it's just a technology launch event. Surprisingly, so many people have already flooded in to watch. So big mobile phone brands such as Rice, Chrysanthemum, and Blue.Green factories were also confused. Ye's popularity is really terrifying. There are so many people watching. As long as you seize this opportunity, you might take off. Hiss. Terrifying like this, even though you're just a newcomer, I didn't expect you to have reached this point, but I want to see if you really have something or if you're shining again. 666, I have learned this marketing strategy. When launching a new product launch event, I can give it a try. With hundreds of thousands of people, even if it's just a fraction of the purchase rate, it's still impressive. Outside the conference room, Zhao Luan nervously tidied up his clothes and attire. Zhao Luan is the keynote speaker at this technology conference. In theory, Zhao Luan has also done such a thing in the past. You shouldn't be so nervous, like it's your first time doing this. But the significance of this press conference for Ye is too great. Achieve life, not achieve death. The most crucial thing is that during this period, there have been criticisms of Ye's online. Mr. Ye. Have you watched any online videos during this time? They are too extreme. I have inquired and most domestic manufacturers have taken action. Ye Feng smiled faintly and patted the dust on Zhao Luan's shoulder. It doesn't affect. Those domestic manufacturers think it's a painful blow, but little do they know they're adding fuel to the fire. Good move. If it weren't for them taking action, how could our attention be so high? After this press conference is over, our Leaf phones will spread like wildfires across the entire Dragon country. If they want to extinguish this fire again, it will be too late. Ye Feng's words were like a reassuring pill, calming Zhao Luan down. He also knows how powerful the Leaf system is this time. There is no possibility that the Leaf system will fail. At this moment, a Leaf employee ran over in panic. Mr. Ye. You go take a look. Our live broadcast room is going to explode. There are almost 1 million people. Ye Feng and Zhao Luan were stunned for a moment, then immediately took out their phones and opened the Ye live broadcast room. The upper right corner clearly states the current number of people in the live broadcast room: 1.03 million. Hiss, the two of them immediately took a deep breath. A press conference with over 1 million attendees. Ye has never fought such a wealthy battle before. Just debugging the equipment, there is already around 1 million followers before it really starts. Not to mention being a Leaf, even other mobile phone giants rarely encounter it. Not only Ye Feng and others were confused, but other mobile phone manufacturers were also confused. Who would have thought that hundreds of thousands were just the beginning? To be the most confused, it has to be the staff of Douyin. At first, they thought someone was brushing data, but after verification, everything turned out to be real. And this data is still growing rapidly. Quick. Add servers immediately. Add all available servers to Ye's live broadcast room. There must be no lag at all. P.S. For flowers, for evaluation tickets. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. Enjoy smooth silk. Shocked everyone. You are listening at novel full.audio. Ye Feng no longer hesitated upon seeing the situation and immediately ordered. It seems that many people are interested in our domestically developed system, Mr. Zhao. Let's get started. Zhao Luan smiled, took a deep breath, and stood in front of the camera. The staff immediately connected the video signal upon seeing the situation. As the pitch-black scene in the live broadcast room disappeared, Zhao Luan appeared in the center of the video. Good morning everyone, welcome to the live broadcast room of Ye Technology Company's Technology Conference. I am Zhao Luan, General Manager of Ye Technology. Seeing someone finally there, the barrage began to surge. The audience crazily began to inquire about the specific situation of the Leaf system. Manager Zhao, isn't the Leaf system really the kind of Android-based secondary development? If it is truly a domestically developed system, will Leaf's phones continue to focus on cost-effectiveness like they do now? Manager Zhao, I have always liked the Leaf phone. As soon as the Leaf 5 was released, I immediately bought it. Hurry up and take a look at the new Leaf system on the actual machine. If it's really good, I'll place an order immediately. Even if it's a few hundred more expensive than Rice 6, I'll accept it. Ye conscience. I believe ye won't shoot aimlessly this time. Ye system.Ys. There are not many conscientious mobile phone companies. All along, major mobile phone companies have relied on ordinary people not understanding accessory prices to sell their phones at a high price, and even claim to be selling at a loss. When promoting, we only talk about the good side of our own phone, and of course, we just skim over the bad aspects. Even if the configuration looks good. After a period of use, one may also face various problems. The average lifespan of a mobile phone is even just 1 year. But Ye is different, always adhering to the concept of only earning 100 yuan. Not only is the price cheap, but the quality control of the phone is also very good in all aspects. At least after a period of use, various problems will not appear. But the Leaves are different, not only are they cheap, but the quality control of the phone is also good. The previous Leaf system, although also optimized based on Android. But compared to other manufacturers, that is also a phone that has been optimized quite well. So for the audience, they don't really want such a conscientious manufacturer to go bankrupt like this. Seeing this scene, Zhao Luan smiled and said straightforwardly. Thank you all for your support of Leaf technology. Without you, we wouldn't have been able to go where we are now. This brand new self-developed system has been developed by Ye since its establishment. Since we started producing mobile phones, we have always had a question in Ye's heart. Why, as the world's largest mobile phone market, we don't have our own system? Why are our phones constantly being controlled by people? Why don't we always innovate? We always imitate or give money to use this innovation after others push it out. In order to get rid of this situation, let's start with the system first. Now everyone, please take a look at the big screen. Zhao Luan's words infected everyone in the live broadcast room. Yes, as the most populous city in the world. When did we fall behind others in terms of mobile phones? When we were in Saipan, it can be said that our technology was backward. But in the era of smartphones, our technology is definitely not lagging behind. But why is it still like this? Originally, it was for making money. R&D costs a lot of money, and it's also easy to struggle and not please. What should we do if we lose money then? How convenient it is to stack parameters on the original basis. Previously, there were 10 million pixels, but now there are 20 million pixels. Do you dare to say that I haven't improved? As for black technology, forget it, isn't it good to just use it as a tool? The same game, running on a phone 2 years ago, occasionally stutters, and the same goes for a phone 2 years later. Is it really because the game updates quickly and requires high performance? Is this money really so good to make? Sleeping slot, this passage has broken my defense. Not to mention many, as long as the Leaf system is truly domestically produced this time, I will definitely support it. Even if it gets stuck at all, I will accept it. Yeah. There aren't many mobile phone companies like Leaf Technology that really focus on technology. Every time I watch a Rice press conference, they always talk about which factory's high-tech was used. After listening, it seems like Rice is just assembling these technologies. Are the assembly factories playing with you? But at least the Rice is assembled the best and the price is not expensive. Some factories often offer high prices but low configurations. Blue and Green Factory. What a high price and low configuration. Be careful not to accuse you of slander. He slandered me. The barrage in the live broadcast room kept rolling by, almost filling the entire room. Upon seeing this, Zhao Luan immediately began to speak loudly. Now, I'll show you the first domestically produced self-developed system in China. As Zhao Luan finished speaking, a display screen behind him lit up. It was the Leaf 5 phone that projected the screen onto this display screen. However, at first glance, it seems to be no different from previous Leaf phones. This is the new system. Why does it look the same as before? Sleeping slot. I thought it would turn into something, but that's it. The Emperor's new system. Did any smart person tell me what it has become? I, a fool, can't see any difference. I'm laughing to death. Saying so much turned out to be bragging. Maybe it's just an optimization upgrade on the original system. Seeing the suspicion of the bullet screen running crooked, Zhao Luan calmly picked up the Leaf 5 phone that was projected onto the screen and lit up. Everyone, watch it. The next moment is to witness miracles. He held his phone and casually swiped left and right. I have installed several mainstream mobile game software in China. Then they opened it simultaneously and played a game at the same time. At one moment, I was in the middle of the line, at another moment, I switched to Peace City through the background to match the guns, and at another moment, I switched to Douyin to watch the live broadcast of Ye. There was no lag in the middle. It feels like I'm advertising with Diffuse. Enjoy silky smoothness. At this moment, the barrage in the live broadcast room decreased significantly. Everyone is dumbfounded at this moment. Smooth and silky. It's just too slippery. Who has ever seen such a smooth phone? Generally speaking, switching applications in the background, regardless of the type of application, can cause lag to some extent. And the Leaf 5, equipped with the new system, surprisingly didn't lag at all. More importantly, when opening a mobile game as usual, because they are afraid of lagging, they will first clean up the background and close everything that can be closed. Ye 5 not only did not clean up the background, but also opened 2 games and Douyin at the same time. More importantly, there was no lag between the 2 phones during the gameplay. And all of them are using the highest special effects. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 9. Amazing new system of leaves. Domestic series. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sleeping slot. Is this really the effect of the new system? Are you sure it's not an upgraded configuration? People are all dumbfounded. This new system is too slippery, isn't it? The Leaf 5 processor is already the best Snapdragon on the market, how can we upgrade it? Great. The switching between the backstage is too smooth, now I can play 2 games together at the same time. Worry, don't just play 2 games, so I can watch tutorials and play new heroes at the same time. It's too silky, it doesn't seem like it's real anymore. Can future Leaf phones really reach this level? I feel like I'm watching a science fiction movie, and the phones in the movie can be so smooth. This system, even if developed based on Android, is so smooth. It's broken. I didn't buy a Leaf phone before, but if I buy it again now, the price will probably increase. The smoothness of this system can't even keep up with fruits. Hurry up. Hurry up and grab a Leaf phone, Leaf YYDS. After Zhao Luan demonstrated the most basic smoothness of the system, the live broadcast room has completely started to boil. I have never seen domestically produced products achieve such a smooth level before. When many people choose fruits, besides vanity, a very important factor is fluency. The fruit phone owner's favorite thing to say is that my fruit phone still doesn't get stuck after 5 years of use. This is indeed a major advantage of fruits. Many mobile game hosts choose to use fruit phones for this reason. After opening the live streaming software in the background, when playing games, Android often requires 460 yuan from time to time, and even fruit sometimes needs 460 yuan. Obviously, this cannot be a network issue. And now, Ye has never had any 460 when playing 2 games and adding a Douyin app. At least with Zhao Luan frequently switching software in the background, the game has never had 460. This directly proves the smoothness of the new Leaf system today. On the side, Ye Feng looked at the gradually increasing sales orders for Leaf 5, with a slight smile on his face. Humph, where is this? It just shows a basic operation like this. When all the functions are displayed, you can't just climax in place. Zhao Luan breathed a sigh of relief as he watched the barrage now filled with praise for Ye's phone. It seems that the crisis of Leaf 5 has passed, and this time the Leaf phone has truly turned the tables. But he was also very puzzled in his heart. Where did the chairman come up with such a complete system? I haven't heard that the R&D department is currently working on mobile phones. Subsequently, Zhao Luan began to showcase other functions brought by the system. Okay, we have already demonstrated the most basic fluency, and now we will bring you a few new system features. Speaking, Zhao Luan downloaded a few more software from the App Store again. These software are all open, and they all have a 5-second advertisement when opened. If you don't pay attention, you may jump to other software or start downloading some inexplicable software. At this moment, the audience in the live broadcast room was also puzzled and didn't know what Zhao Luan meant. Download the game first to demonstrate its smoothness. So now, what are some mainstream shopping and video apps for? Immediately after, Zhao Luan opened these software and immediately entered the software without any advertisements for a second. Zhao Luan opened and closed each of these software one by one. Let's once again appreciate the smoothness of Leaf 5. But the specific effect is not reflected in character. Until a barrage speech caught everyone's attention. Hey, are these software the latest version? Why are they different from mine? Why don't they have any software? Many people have also tried to open these apps on their phones, and even if they switch to the background and open them, there are still advertisements that cannot be run for 5 seconds. Oh my god! How come these apps still have advertisements on my phone? I didn't understand what was going on just now, but now I realize how smoothly these software can be opened. I just went straight to the software homepage. Could it be because that Leaf 5 phone was specifically designed for testing, so what software is there to block ads? It's possible. I remember the phones used in the press conference were like this, and there were no ads when opening any software. That's for sure, otherwise it would be awkward to open a software and see a game that can only be played late at night. No. Have you noticed? These software are all installed in seconds. A mobile game as big as Pesticide just now was also installed in seconds. I'll go. I just realized now. It's really a second installation, isn't it too fast? It's too smooth, too smooth. After showing for a while, Zhao Luan slowly said. I believe many viewers have already noticed. When I open any software, no advertisement appears. I see many barrage comments just now saying that this is a phone specially prepared for the press conference, so it has such an effect. Now I want to tell everyone that in the future, as long as the phone is equipped with our Leaf system, there will be no advertisements when opening any software. This is a feature of our Leaf system. It can automatically block this advertisement, allowing you to directly access the software homepage. At this moment, the live broadcast room instantly quieted down, followed by an even more violent barrage. Sleeping slot. The leaves are amazing. This feature is so cool. Surprisingly, there are really no advertisements. I really love this new system. 666, I have already placed an order for 1 unit. I used to want to buy Rice 6 because it was a few hundred cheaper. Now, I think it's not without this strength, so I'll just buy Leaf 5. Hurry up. The price of Leaf 5 has not increased yet, and I estimate that the prices of the remaining Leaf phones will increase. I agree with the price increase, but I really like this system. Anyway, Leaf 5 is also focused on cost-effectiveness, and it's not much more expensive. Looking at the current booming live broadcast room, Feng also breathed a sigh of relief. Although the black technology system is really impressive. But there are too many things to ask for or not to ask for seats. Without a formal start, no one dares to say that it will definitely be good. This is also one reason why China is hesitant to develop new technologies on its own. But now it seems that the big picture has been decided. The leaves have come back to life. With the current Leaf system, it can attract many people to purchase Leaf phones. At this time, the live broadcast is still ongoing, when various black technologies are exposed. Everyone can't sit still anymore. Especially when it comes to knowing that this Leaf system can even be compatible with both Android and iOS software. Not only are the audience unable to sit still, but even other major mobile phone manufacturers are also unable to sit still. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 10. Shocking. The new system is compatible with Android and iOS. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Nima. Even the iOS system software can be installed. It runs so smoothly. That's amazing. Haha. I am a pesticide anchor. I used to live stream on Fruits all the time. At first, I was thinking about where to get an Android account and live stream on Leaves. Now it seems like just using Leaves is enough. It's amazing. Yi Nyobi. I have been wanting to play a hunting mobile game in iOS for a long time, but Fruits are too expensive. If I only bought a Fruit phone for the game, I felt it was not worth it. Now Yi has perfectly solved this problem. I really can't figure out how this Leaf actually manages to be compatible with software from 2 systems at the same time. Haha. I thought you couldn't ignore the risks and continue installing after using the Leaves, but now it seems like it won't affect you at all. At this moment, almost everyone is shocked by the new system presented by Yi. This effect is really too powerful. Whether it's extremely smoothness, automatic ad blocking, or compatibility with all mainstream mobile phone systems. These are almost unheard of things before. And now, all of these things have appeared on Leaf phones. And even the Leaf phone hasn't increased in price. It's still the same price as before. Isn't this heartless? Why are Fruit phones expensive? Besides being configured properly, isn't that the iOS system? But is his configuration really worth that price? A mobile phone is almost worth tens of thousands of yuan. Besides vanity, isn't it more about thinking that fruits are smoother and won't get stuck no matter how long they are used? Nowadays, these functions have almost been replaced by leaf phones. Moreover, the leaves are much cheaper, and even in domestic markets, the same configuration is slightly more expensive than the Rice 6. Brothers, hurry up and get it. The price is probably going up. Isn't it normal for this configuration to increase in price? Even if this model doesn't increase, the next one will still increase. Haha. I'm laughing to death. This leaf system can even be adapted to previous leaf phones. I'm wondering if it hurts those who are busy selling second-hand products. Hehe, my Leaf 4, after accepting the new system, I can at least use it for another 3 years. Now I'm just waiting for the new system, it's really amazing. In this way, the sales of Leaf phones continue to rise at a visible speed to the naked eye. Inside the Rice Technology Office. What is the principle and how is it achieved? Even if Rebus scratched his head, he couldn't imagine how this system was made. Previously, both fluency and the elimination of pre-advertising in software were addressed. These are all within the scope of Rebus's understanding. He only admires the leaves in his heart. After all, I used to be a highly skilled programmer and knew the complexity involved. But when he saw software that was compatible with both Android and iOS, Rebus completely didn't understand. Throughout, Rebus has always understood the importance of self-developed systems. In domestic production, as long as anyone takes the first step and eats this crab first, the market value will definitely increase. The self-developed system is not so easy to operate. If it's just about creating a system, that's okay, it's not too difficult. The most crucial thing is software adaptation. Just like now, all software will have an Android and iOS version. Android software cannot run on iOS, and vice versa. Secondly, there are data issues related to various system software. Just like an Android mobile game account, logging into Apple is a blank slate, and vice versa. These are all mountains standing in front of a new system. To develop a self-developed system, it is necessary to address software adaptation. We need major software vendors to create adaptive software based on their own systems. This step alone has almost defeated everyone. Even international giants like Microsoft have died in this step. This is also why Rebus has no confidence in the new Yezi system at all, believing that it is still the Android kernel and that changing the soup does not change the medicine. But now this new system, I don't know what method has been used. Not only can it be compatible with Android software, but it can also be compatible with iOS software. Rebus frowned and touched his chin. Yezi has the help of experts. Who are their software engineers? How could they design such a system? However, Rebus was not worried at all. He is very clear in his heart. Although Yi is excellent, once this system is launched, it means that Rice and Yi will no longer compete on the same track. Rice focuses on high-end cost-effectiveness, while its subsidiary, Chimi, offers mid-range or low-end cost-effectiveness. But the leaves are different. This system, although Rebus doesn't know how they came up with it. But it definitely cost a huge amount of money. If we continue to focus on cost-effectiveness as before, I don't know how long it will take to earn back the money from developing the system. Previously, Leaf's flagship was hovering around 2,500.3000. Now, relying solely on this unique Leaf system, in the future, people will pay for the flagship burial of around 3,500 to 4,000 leaves. Now, domestically produced chrysanthemums may be the only ones that can compete with leaves. Tisk, it's like the waves behind the Yangtze River pushing the waves before. I really want to see who developed such a magical system. No way. I need to buy a Leaf phone and check out this system. The impressive performance of the Leaf system this time has truly surprised many people. Especially major review anchors. When the news of the Leaf press conference was just revealed, it was basically a nationwide frenzy. Various flags, like snowflakes, kept standing down. Flags like inverted hair washing can be considered relatively simple. They naturally paid close attention to the entire launch event of Ye. When they first saw the smoothness of the Leaf system, they didn't think it was much. After all, Android has been optimized well, and having such a smooth level is not a big deal. When I was able to block advertisements later, I didn't think it was much. I just feel like Ye really has something, and this system is really good. But when the last Leaf was actually compatible with both Android and iOS software, they were foolish. It's very obvious. Android definitely cannot have such a feature. This is indeed Ye Zichuan's self-developed system. It cannot be a mobile system developed based on Android. So various videos implementing flags appeared on the internet. Things like washing hair upside down, hiking 20 kilometers, or registering for a marathon are all coming up one after another. P.S. Seeking data, more flower reviews are more beneficial. Thank you to all Peng Yuyan. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.